rivers back and forth. Circuits of the galaxies back and forth. Exhausted starve many under evil, looking for some planets faster, oh faster. Dark star, light of my night, dark star, won't you be my guide, dark star? Why do you run from me, dark star? Why don't you kill me, dark star? Don't you, dark star, why don't you? Passing by, fade through love, lost. On the moon first to black mountains, fade through lights, screams maybe solid letters, maybe death. I'm hunting for love, yes, I'm hunting for love. Dark star, light of my night, dark star, won't you be my guide, dark star? Why do you run from me, dark star? Why won't you kill me, dark star? Why don't you, dark star, why don't you? Kill me. Thank you very much, Dark Stars over Poland. You were great. Deine, Lakaien. Say thank you.
Bonjour. Simon. Simon. Pół godziny. Oni jeszcze pół godziny muszą grać, to co to mi potrafi?
Vielen, vielen Dank.
Madiel!
through all your shadows. I can feel your heartbeat. With her white exhale on my knees, I have to fight for it when I breathe. No longer leaves on your morning. No, 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 you can't close the door. Yes, 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 I fly away for sure.
should not go. You should go.
Madiel! International, Madiel już wygrają. Mają maszyny. Mają maszyny. Muszę wstać.
I love you too! So long, let's walk to the room. Things shake. Illusions afraid of being inside their eyes, you can't see the wind. It's shine, they fell asleep. Come on, let's walk to the moon. Come on, let's walk to the moon. Freedom of choice, triumph of the wind. God made it show. Keep it still. Signs of the wayside, leading to the way. Winter came, bringing wind and despair. Come on, let's walk to the moon. Come on, let's walk to the moon. Illusions of freedom, nature's gift. Skies like birds, you can't see the wind. The air was silent and they fell asleep. Come on, let's walk to the moon. Come on, let's walk to the moon. Come on, let's walk to the moon. Let's walk to the moon. Walk to the moon. Thank you very much for your time. Hope to see you again in Poland. Deine, auf Wiedersehen.
Godzina 11 jest. Nie, jest dobrze, spoko, tak jest. Tam jest
Okay, convinced us. Try another one, and last one for you. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this Saturday of Castle Festival, Castle Rock Volkov. I hope you enjoy the day tomorrow. And now this is the very last one. It's about some of the people.
Powiedział, że my tam ustawiają, to nie kupują, dlatego tak myślałem.
Natürlich, also ich habe Kohlroulade gegessen.
Okay.
Schluss von Tagstar. No, I've just ideas. Well, that's your problem.
Jest za ciemno?
Jest dobrze. To będzie i tak, do gazety powiedz fragmenty będą w internecie tylko.
Okej, dobrze. Dobrze, it's okay, right?
Yeah. He knows he's a little bit better with Slavic.
Yeah. Okay, Polish Deine Lakaien fans don't really know much about your origins, about the beginnings of the band. How was Deine Lakaien coming to be? Could you say something about your origins, about the start of the band, about the beginnings of your band?
We started in the middle of the 80s, very early, and yeah, we just tried to find a way to express ourselves using electronic instruments and vocals only, without a typical band lineup, and we're influenced by typical new wave movements, bands from the new wave movement from the post-punk area, and we met by chance in Munich.
Yeah.
By a journal. I made an advertisement in the journal. I'm seeking for a singer who likes to experiment, and I just have set up a new studio, a little small one, 8 tracks and things, and I was just starting with this. And so several people came, but
Yes.
But Alexander was definitely the only one who was on the same.
He was the best from the.
Yeah, well, not only this, but we had the same taste, and this is the most important thing.
Question of taste is always important. If you don't share a common idea about taste and music, then you can't work together.
Yeah, if someone comes and say, I want to do something like Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young and so on, and I must say, sorry.
Yeah, the taste is...
That's okay, that's nice, but I can't do it.
It's really important in cooperation, right?
Yeah.
Okay, the debut of Deine Lakaien appeared in 1986, and the second album appeared 5 years later, in 1991. What was the reason of such a long break?
We worked, but we didn't release the second production until last year. It's called 1987.
Yeah.
And it's a release, the first official release of the work we did between the first and the Darkster album. So for the people from outside it looks like a big break, but we didn't have a big break. We worked from 85, 86, and then we had this production which we never released, and so the third one, Darkster, got released before the official second one. So you have this break, that's why.
But the simple reason is we didn't have success in the first 5 years, so we disappeared for the people.
No company was interested, so it took a bit longer.
Okay, I want to ask you about the idea of the acoustic performance. How was it born? What type of concert do you prefer?
Yeah, I came by accident. Really, it wasn't planned like this. I always had this a little bit in mind when I saw on TV shows bands playing playback shows. No, it wasn't an unplugged idea, but it was more the situation to be forced to play back, to do playback things. And so I thought by myself, maybe it would be a good idea to have just a piano and perform somewhere. If this might happen also. So from that, and then we had an invitation to a party, which I thought was a party because I was on holidays and I didn't notice what happened. And I said, okay, let's do some songs only with piano. I think this would be good, and don't call the band for this little thing. And this happened to be a big festival. And so we stood there, 3,000 people, and with our acoustic half an hour, and it was a tremendous success. We didn't expect it, but from then we always had the idea to do this from time to time.
Yeah.
And we made a tour in '92 and another one in '95. Yeah, we don't do it very
Sometimes
often.
we play these shows on festivals, and sometimes in outside of Germany.
Okay, and what type of concerts do you prefer? Acoustic or the electronic concerts?
Everything has to be well done, and when it's well done, it's for us also something special. If we play bad, it doesn't matter if it's acoustic or with a band.
Yeah.
Important is this, that we are on stage, that there is something happening which is also for us a joy, and we can enjoy a concert. So it's not important if you play with the piano only or with a 6-crew band, like on the White Lies tour. It's not important. Important is that something happening on stage which is satisfying.
Okay. For me, for a festival, it's less stressy. It's easier for me, the acoustic thing, because I don't have the problem with the technique. With the band, we have such a lot of electronics on stage, and we don't play with tapes and playbacks or so.
You don't use mini disc or something like that?
No, we don't use that. And this is for festivals. It's very dangerous because on festivals you don't have sound check.
Yeah.
And you are not able to leave your all things working together for 2 hours and then put it on stage and everything goes on like this. That's not possible. You must build it up and then it must work, everything. And this is very, very stressful for me.
Yeah, and what can you say about the contact with the fans during the concert? Is it important for you? How do you perceive
for me,
it?
I'm not the singer. For me, yes, of course, maybe I have a little bit more contact, or I feel a little bit more contact with the auditory when I'm not inside my electronic things. When I play piano, maybe there's a bit of a difference, but it's much more important for Alexander because he is just these 2 meters in front of me, which is absolutely another point in the band.
Yeah.
So yeah, ask him.
Yeah, what can you say about it?
I like people who are ready to listen. I hate drunk people. I hate people who just want to hand clap and to have a party. That's not my kind of audience. But I don't invite them. I don't behave like now everybody clap your hands, and if they don't like our style, then it should go away. So our audience in general is always very quiet and very well behaving.
Okay, thank you. And now there will be going some questions to you and to you, especially. Okay. And for you, Alexander, is the first series. In the interview for Orkus magazine, you said that...
Which one? There were so many for Orkus.
W 1999 roku to było,
in
po Kasmodiach.
In 99 year after the Kasmodiach was released, you said that every album is a step forward in a band's evolutions, right?
Yes.
And every album has got its own idea. Could you describe in a short words the idea of your recent album, The White Lies, and what will be the idea of the new one?
It's so far away yet. White Lies, we recorded it a few years ago. What was the idea? What was the common feeling? I think in general you could say that it's really different from Cosmodia. It's much more introverted. It's much more acoustic in a way. It's much more minimal. It's much more slower than Cosmodia. It's floating like a little river. And it's like
It's more songwriters.
Having had time to just stand still and look around and think about all these years that we passed with this band and what has happened. It's a very quiet album, a very introverted album. And the next one will be different, of course.
Okay, and many of your texts is about love. What is love for you then, and how important for you is love in your life?
I think it's very difficult to find a definition for love, because there's so many different kinds of love. You can love your parents, you can love your daughter and your son, you can love your brother, you can love your woman, a girl, a friend. So there's no definition. I think it's just the source of being able to live a life which is not without a vision or without power to change things that you don't accept. It gives you power to fight. Without love you can't fight, you just hate, and that's the end of life for me.
Okay, the next question is to you both, and how do you perceive Gothic and electronics music in this world in Germany, and how do you feel in this world in Germany of this music? Do you feel good on it, or maybe on the contrary, you distance from its dominant tendencies?
Me? Yeah, it's a little bit difficult because I'm quite outside of everything. And I don't listen too much to music of that kind, and I'm not very much in contact normally. You see, I live somewhere near Munich, and I have a little daughter and other relationships that are very important. And my work is in the studio from morning till evening. So I'm not going out a lot. I know about these discussions. That's true. There's a lot going on now. Maybe a new generation or something changes like this. Lots of the older ones complain about the new stuff that remains too much on the surface, as they say, and is too much fashion oriented. Shall we make a cut here?
Okay, we can make
So I
a
think
Pause.
Ja, natürlich.
Because hat jetzt wieder weniger.
Weißt du, jetzt langsam wird es ziemlich entspannt. Meine Handy ist schon.
Okay.
Yeah, about the scene, about
Yeah, about the scene.
Yeah. Well, many of the older ones complain about this too fashion-oriented today. I don't know. I'm too old for these discussions. I do my music, and if they like it, it's fine. And I know a lot of people there from the festivals and from our tour, and these are very kind people who like our music, who like to listen and discuss about things. And that's I think that's all you can get as a musician, as an artist, in general. So no, I don't complain about this. Maybe it will be contradictory to Deine Lakaien someday, or maybe it will help us. I don't care.
And what do you think, Alexander, about it?
It's similar. Of course, I was much more in the early Gothic and Batcave scene in the early 80s. Ernst didn't. He wasn't interested at all in this. He came from classical background, and he had his youth in the psychedelic area, which was also very fascinating. But I was too young, and now, of course, he wasn't interested in a kind of remake. And it's always a remake. You had psychedelic movement late 60s, then you had this mixture of psychedelic punk and glam in the early 80s. And then you had another new dark wave movement in the beginning of 90s where we got very successful, and now we have another movement with different influences from metal and from even cheap disco pop. So it's always kind of coming and going with new influences, and I'm really not very informed. I'm not informed about the actual different dark styles, and what I can see is, what I realize is that a kind of uniformed fashion is now dominating. In the 80s it was much more self-made, handmade and improvised, that now you can buy from thick catalogs, Gothic and whatever kind of dark clothes, and that's something I don't like very much, because all these kind of alternative music movements were always driven by the wish to be individual and not uniformed. So I think it would be much more interesting to go back to the roots and not follow these formats and very narrow. And then the music seems to me very cliche-driven. They say this is
I understand.
Dark metal, and then you have whatever.
Something like a horse heaven.
Yeah, and the people